Oh, of course. Move everything at the last minute before you're ready to go. Pretzel's playing some crazy weird space music, you know. Click on to studio mode. Oh wow. That was way off. Exit studio mode. Everything's fixed now. Hey there, Ripley. Did we forget anything? Did we forget anything? Ripley. Is everything ready to go? Did I remember all the sound things? It looks like the mic is working and the desktop music sings. I don't know, Ripley. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I cannot forget. Can't figure out what it is. That's plugged in. That's there. Fixed. On. In. I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh, snaps. Okay. If I press this, will it show up? Ah, there we go. Alright, everything's working. Feel like everything's working, Ripley. Feel like everything's running smooth. I can't start on a song I'm not enjoying, Ripley. Alright, I think this is good. I think this song can lead in. Oh, this song, it kinda fades away when you're just... What is it? Oh, it's all over the place. The song has no beat structure. It's like industrial jazz. That's what's called Time Stood Still by Drummer Boy. Time stood still. Everyone got a crazy thrill. They were like, hey, this time stop moving. Drop this beat, and then we'll start grooving. All snaps. Drummer boys. Pum pumping. Gangster beat dumping. Somebody is crumping. Crumpity doo. Crumping with you. La 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 la. Oh, I know what I forgot to fix. Alright. I'll have to do that as we go. What time is it anyway? Oh my god, 8:37. Ripley. Turn this pretzel off. And intro button? Intro button.
Tell your friends, and tell your hot mom. There's no such thing as grownups.com.
Okay, this needs to be turned down a bit. If that works. Alright, anyway. Boop. Oh, hey! Didn't see you there. It's busy being surrounded by all this imaginary stuff. You get slightly comfortable. Hey, Space Goody! Hey, Patty Prue. And, hey, Mixer. I think I actually got Mixer to work. And I think I hooked my hair on the microphone before I started. So that's how that looks now. Hey, Nelly. Howdy indeed. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to fix. Meow. Close enough. Feel like I wanted to start with specific words, and I keep forgetting them. Okay, I gotta make sure to click away so this works. Yeah, welcome to No Such Thing as Grownups. My name is Curtis. There's Milo in a pipe, and I finally put Jerkface, Major Penguin, on the screen in the area, so you know, can watch him look around like a penguin. And as always, tried working on some more things for the stream over the weekend that, as per usual, got somewhat wildly out of control and became way bigger than they need to be. Oh yeah, and as always, behind the camera is Ripley, running all the things, making sure everything's running well and everything is fantastic. Except there's a big old dark spot over there, Ripley. If you don't even care, it's just, you know. I mean, there's just a list of things you're supposed to do: microphones, hooking up all the wires and lights, and then there's just like a big old shadow in that corner of the room, and you don't even. Did you even care? Do you even care? Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah. There's a time and a place. You'll deal with it later and whatever, but I don't know. You try to give imaginary cats a job, and then they kind of walk all over you. They just a little bit kind of walk all over you. With Shadow, with a little bit ominous. I mean, not to cast shadows, if you will, on shadows, but it's a little bit kind of ominous. No. No, ominousity here. We're just gonna put dinosaur heads on sexy bodies, as per usual, and no ominousness, because I don't know, once a week, at least twice a month, somebody reminds me that, hey, this building that you live in, yeah, it's a little bit weird. Oh, but it's haunted. Have you seen any of the, I want to say nuns. Have you seen any of the nurses that couldn't cope with the horrible things they had to do here? So they did horrible things to end their own lives, and they probably ghost around your apartment. Like, no, I haven't seen that. What about all these other things? Like, no, so far so good. There's no need to remind me. But meanwhile, I'm going to say at least once a month, again, with the same frequency that I'm reminded the place is haunted by people, by their words, not people are haunting the place, but that's how things actually get haunted, by the existence of people. But let's go to the drawing camera. So yeah, I already started to sketch this out a little bit. Let's get rid of some of these lines, actually. And start making it look like a real thing. But yeah, like once a month, or every 2 weeks, if you will. It seems like only when I'm asleep, I think, or only when I go to bed, at least. When I'm in the bedroom is the only time it seems to really happen. And it's always at night. I'm sure that's a heat, cold change issue. But yeah, every so often, just like another picture falls off the wall. It's always just one, but always a different one. I mean, the real reason is I put everything up with those sticky hooks that are like, there you go, your wall doesn't get ruined, and they basically last forever, but they don't. But they don't. And one by one, they fall down, just like toy soldiers. Step by step, heart to heart, like a toy soldier. So never, ever, ever do I associate it with ghosts at all. But for some reason, I don't know, whatever I was dreaming, I have no idea. Like, in my head, I'm sure it was just like, I'm in a hallway, lost as per usual, in dreams. And then all of a sudden, just a loud bang! And then, you know, you turn to see what happened in the dream world, in Freddy's land. And then you're just like, what? Like, now I'm just looking at a dark room. What happened? Where did the day go? Like, I just lost the whole universe. And then suddenly realized, like, something happened, right? Like, was that a dream noise? I think that was a real noise. Covering up my reference image over here. And then, you know, come around enough to realize, oh yeah, no, that was a thing that just happened. I should go make sure, yeah, back in the, like, that was one of my, I'll say ghost crutches, one of my fear crutches. Yeah, that's a good word for it. Was having a cat, or mostly a cat. The dog was usually sitting there going like, I don't know, man. I don't want to solve this mystery. Scooby snacks aren't real. Rut-row indeed. Let's get out of here. Like, you're right, dog. You're right. Whereas cats are like, what? Yeah, it was me, or it wasn't. Who cares? I can see the future. It's all fine. And yeah, with the cats, I could always blame any noise in the dark. Was just like, yeah. No need to. Who am I gonna call? Nobody. Hey, cat, you suck. Meow. Hey, nothing to worry about. It's always easier to sleep when you know for a fact it's a cat. But meanwhile, when you don't, that's when it gets worse. When you can blame it on nothing other than, oh, geez. Is there an animal? And if there is it living in the walls or in the ceiling? Ah, geez, I gotta deal with this in some way. So, for some reason, just sleepy enough, I guess, that I'm just like, oh, God. Am I being haunted right now? And the other thing I do is every single time this happens, it's just like bang. And often, again, I'm still half asleep enough that I'm like, I didn't hear a smash. I just heard the earth-shattering kaboom. And then I just walk out like, oh, I gotta figure out where this was. Because, you know, half my brain is, okay, it was probably just yet another picture falling off the wall. But the other half is like, maybe somebody's in here. Maybe that was the sound of somebody kicking the door in, and I'm going to be faced with a person. But whether it's a floor of diehard glass or a diehard dude ready to do some murder, for both things, I completely ill-prepared. Just like, why don't I have some sort of protection shoes, some sort of fighting ready boots, so I'm ready. When you're awake, then it's like, okay, cool, whether there's a pile of glass or I have to kick my way to freedom, I'm ready. First thing, like every time you wake up, just put on boots just in case. And so far I haven't cut my feet open. But every single time, it's either like, oh, I better deal with this now, or else I'll cut my feet open in the morning because I'll forget while I'm asleep and then walk through this. But meanwhile, I'm just like, do. I'm too sleepy to care or understand what's going on right now. Gotta deal with this. Let's switch to the other image. So anyway, that's why I try to avoid thoughts, or at least think about the fact that, oh yeah. According to everybody else, this place is fully haunted. I mean, God knows enough people have died in this building, but I mean, if you stop and think about any area in the world ever, you know, this guy has weird muscles. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Or slash, this guy has muscles. I don't know what I'm looking at here. There's a good eraser. I forget which dinosaur this is. The the one I can't say. Paraphalophosaur. Nope. It's just not. It's not in my mouth. Parasaurolophus. Nope. It might come to me later. I know that I've never, you know, in the world where me and my cousin would go through dinosaur books all the time, and he'd be like, "No, it's easy. The Parasaurolophus, and that's what I would do, and just be like, je te plaît, like je m'appelle Joey, je te plaît, like it's just not happened. But I have said the name of this before. I just really have to really think about it. There we go. I'll shade it in a little bit. That helps me understand what I'm looking at. I believe the name is only slightly shorter than that, Pat. But yeah, it's just got. It's like, it looks like it has more syllables than it does, so I say more, even though it's just a Paralophosaur, Palophosaurus. Oh, that's just, you know, it's the 850 police. That's what they do. Always policing. Always people causing trouble. Oh yeah, we're gonna Fight Club up this guy's hands. And if you want to follow along with where I'm stealing today's reference photo from, it is, as per usual, my friend Sean the Shooter, I believe is the name. Yes, SHAUN, the Shooter, excuse me, on Instagram. And always good stuff. Perfect for stealing. Speaking of stealing, you know what's a steal? Stickers. That's a thing I meant to talk about right away. Got some stickers made. So I got a few sheets of stickers. I'll chop these all up. They're like 3 inches around, 3 inches across. So there's like Rawr, a sexy dinosaur, Tyrannosaur. And we got Rawr, I'm a sexy dinosaur, Jurassic Park Velociraptor. As we all know, it's not real what really Velociraptor looks like. And of course, we got old Goldblum's. Come on, you. Because it's blue, isn't it? Anyway, there you go. Try gold Blumatops. So I'll have those at the market this Saturday. And of course, I'll put them right there. If you go to Society 6, that's why this was twisted. There we go. .com/no such thing as grown-ups or no such thing as grown-ups.com. I'm pretty sure there's a link there. I haven't updated that site all the times I said I need to go update that site. But pretty sure one of the last things I did there was update it. So we got stickers, mostly so I can put them on my drawing table thing here. And that one there. And that's just an old homemade sticker I made. And gave away a bunch of them at a convention or something until they were gone. Okay, nostrils. Mouth is weird. There we go. This time, I think I'm going to do the old black marker first and then color, because it's been a while since I did all that stuff. There's a door closing up real rough, because people don't care about anyone that's around them now. They're just making noise in any way they can. Anyway and how. It's been a while. All right. Normally, we tell some stories. Christine Terra, with yet another name. CTK and her internet. I feel like I had some specific stories. Oh yeah, wasn't I working on some other things? What about this? Let's see how this works. Let's see if I can get this headphone in here. Ah! There you go. You want to get that right next to the stirrup and drum and anvil, and of course the snare. And then see if this thing works. Too many buttons. It's like I both have too many buttons and not enough buttons. You really know how to push buttons? Is that what you're trying to say? No, that's stupid. That's a stupid thing. Ugh, back to dad joke school. Dad joke cat. Well, I am incredibly old. You know that, right? I'm like twice your age. Plus adding in cat years, which whatever that math is. Plus, hey, where's my Tom Selleck shirt? Where's my Tom Selleck shirt? You said that you were gonna make me a Tom Selleck shirt like all Saturday and Sunday. You're like making me, and I was like, that doesn't look right. But you said it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. You'll get your Tom Selleck shirt to go with your Tom Selleck mustache. But give me some time. I made other things, and I did some more weatherproofing to some windows, cause you know. This place is super drafty. It's the greatest building ever. But I got like, caulking gun, so much calc that I'm like, this place is going to be airtight. Last winter, I was all, I guess I'll put plastic on the windows. I hate having plastic on the windows, but I definitely need plastic on the windows. And on two specific windows, it was just like, is this plastic getting closer? It's just growing and growing until it just keeps coming in. And I'm just like, what's going on? Why isn't the plastic keeping all the cold and wind out until the plastic's like flapping in the wind? Like, I'm indoors. The windows are closed. it's not like I put plastic over open windows, but what I'm learning is, oh, I've basically put plastic over open windows. So this winter I'm like, maybe I'll still put plastic. I'll probably still put some plastic on some windows. But the problem window, specifically that one right there on the other side of this light, is super dumb. It doesn't open anyway. So I'm like, well, what do I care? What do I care? Then it's not just about like realizing, oh, well, the window part is barely attached to any of the frame, and then that thing is barely attached to that. It's like, all right, caulk around all of that, and it's like, hey, there's like no breeze anymore, and then there's still another part, like there's still a breeze coming through here. Seal all that up, and then, yeah, like every edge or whatever, I'm just like, it's fine. Can't open it anyway. Now you really can't open it. And then just debating whether or not, to put plastic over. And then I did basically the same thing to the other problem window and thought, well, I have so much caulk. I'm basically going to be able to do all these windows. Like any place where there's any little crevice, it is getting caulked. And not even close. Not even close. Like, wow. It took so much to do those two windows like, well, that's nuts. So let those sit for a little while. And then as the days started getting colder, you can start to see, these good windows, they definitely need some sealing up too. So finally got some more. Sat in the closet, in the area, like the work to do area for, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, who's to say? And finally I broke down and was like, all right, gotta do this. It's a warm day, get it done so I can actually have some of these windows open and do the inside thing and blah, 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 without freezing to death. Good story. Good story. But anyway, that's what I did instead of finishing your Tom Selleck shirt, or whichever other version I might do, because I'm getting sick of Milo just sitting in his Milo outfit, in his Mario outfit when he's not playing Mario, and I think I finally have everything set up to actually play Mario again, with everything in sync. But every time I say that, it's jinxed, and I gotta start over again. Oh man. Anyway, does this thing still work? There it is. I don't know why. Anyway. That's not inconspicuous at all. Can I jam this in here? There we go. So you're really off. Nope. Nope. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna wait another minute. Everyone forget about that, so it can be conspicuous again. So it can be inconspicuous. It's still conspicuous at the moment. But yeah, I definitely should have made some notes. Recorded a podcast. Still have to edit that and put that up. So I feel like I used up whatever stories I didn't use up last week on that podcast. But some of them... Maybe nothing weird happened this week. Maybe nothing weird happened this week. Well, let's talk about the market anyway. So the fun part of the market when it gets close to Christmas, apparently, and I'm sure this goes for everywhere and most people. But the fun game of, oh, hey, wow, all of this makes perfect Christmas gifts for the people that I know. They would love this. All right. Well, we're here. We got the stuff. I got a box to put money in. You've got hands and or a bag to take the stuff home with you and wrap it up and give it to whoever these people are. It seems like we got this nailed down. This is a very airtight system right here. Let's do this. Yeah. This is great. Yeah, this is perfect too. Right, for Donnie? Yeah, for Donnie. Yeah, Donnie would love this. I don't know who Donnie is, but you guys seem to think that Donnie would love this. Yeah, I can write Donnie enjoy loving this. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. Give me your money. And then they're like, yeah, no, perfect. So you'll be here next week, right? And like 5 minutes before Christmas time, I'll still be able to find you? Yeah, basically. Which, I don't know, you'd think I'd be used to this. I guess I'm still used to it because I don't care. I go to the market because I just enjoy being at the market. But yeah, it's just a standard convention thing anyway, where every comic convention, especially if it's 3 days, first day is just like, oh my god, I love this and I need this so bad. All right, cool, same deal. I'm here, Predator. Get me now. Come, get me now. Get to the choppers. I'm here. Come and get me. Kill me now. What do you want? And they're like, yeah, no, this is great. Well, I'm not quite sure. I came here, I have so much money. I still have to pay for my hotel. I got to pay for gas for my friends. I still have to eat a few times. I'm going to buy $700 worth of anime statues. And it costs like $35 to meet Q. So I don't know, but I really want this. And I have the money for it now. And I do plan on spending that money. But if I don't spend some of that money, I'll come back here like... you can see where I fit and feel in this scenario, right? Like you're explaining to me how, like that's literally the, like, ooh, hey Steve, no, you're super cool, but oh no, even better, I was gonna say, speaking of Sam and or Megan's new shirt, but you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but Space Goonie probably does. Just Saved by the Bell reference. That's like a Zach Morris being like, yeah, Jesse, like, we'll totally go to the Bayside Tiger dance-off if Kelly doesn't want to go. Like, wait, what? No, like, you're not supposed to say that to the person's face. This is my face. This is my art. You're saying it to my art and my face. But again, after several years of that, used to it. Totally used to it. Like, that's my job, is to take criticism all day, every day. And, I mean, you're never completely used to it. But anyway, just the whole, like, I'm definitely going to get this. One lady was awesome. She was there with her kids. They both seemed awesome. They were just like, like, check this out. Let's say Kelsey. And Kelsey's like, oh my god, yeah, I want to draw like this. I got to get better at anatomy. And the other kid's like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm still not great at anatomy. I don't know what anything is. And I never take the time to read and learn. And meanwhile, there's just little kids. It's like, anyway, I do this stream. I draw this stuff. Like, hey, if you guys are watching. And they were genuine. Like, the mom was like, oh my god, this is perfect. Oh my god. And she just got like loving. And it's been on the stream a few times. If anybody recalls the donut boobs picture, which is nowhere within reach. It's in a bin in a closet right now. But the lady who's got donuts on her boobs, and you can fully see in the donut holes that there's nipples. So whereas whatever it was 2 weeks ago, the one guy was like, whoa, this fully dressed lady No deal. Come on, small child. You're just gonna go home and watch the Nightmare on Elm Street movies and see people get murdered. And I think maybe somebody does have like an actual breast chopped off. Something weird. People get eviscerated. But, you know, this fully dressed lady. No deal. This lady, full opposite. Oh my god. I need this naked lady or whatever, or this donut lady. This will be perfect. This is perfect for the bathroom. Like, right, kids? Perfect for the bathroom. Like, right, stranger guy? Perfect for the bathroom. Like, you've said it so many times that I now want to put this in my bathroom and not sell it to you. But, like, it seems perfect for the bathroom. I think you're right. And she was like, anyway, like, where's the bank machine? I just have to go get you money. I'm buying this right now. Like, yeah, all right, I'll keep it over here. It's fine. You know, it's safe for the 4.5 minutes it will take to go to the bank machine and back. And then I waited long enough that I'm just like, hey, Space Goody, this lady with small children is going to get donut boobs to put in her bathroom. That's pretty wacky. And then Nellie came back from her adventures. I'm just like, this lady's going to come and get these donut boobs these donut boobs for her bathroom. And she never came back. I suspect she was like, oh my god, have you seen these pretzels? Have you seen these different ways to prepare bread? They all look and smell and are genuinely the most delicious things in the world. Like, yeah, of course. Everyone's here for the bread. I am not here for the bread, and I still am here for the bread. Usually every week I go to the mimosa lady and get a mimosa. Last week, I think it was last week, maybe it was the week before, went over to the bread lady, one of the bread ladies, and I got a croissant, a crescent roll, and, you know, I've gotten grocery store croissants. I'm sure I've even maybe had like a restaurant croissant at some point. Tim Hortons croissants. You know, I'm not a croissantophile. I haven't eaten a million croissants. I've eaten a moderate amount of croissants over my whole life. I mean, like, you know, 60 over my whole life. That's crazy. 280 over my whole life. And out of those 280, that's right. That farmer's market croissant was the most amazing thing. Like, tearing off a piece was like getting the freshest slice of pizza, which I talked about on the podcast and not here. So you have to go listen to the podcast to find out about fresh pizza. But that's just par for the course with selling yourself, selling your art in any way, shape, or form. Speaking of which, last week I started to talk about the daughter of Tyre. Don't know how to pronounce it. Doesn't matter. And a long time ago, galaxy far, far away, been over this 1,000 times, somebody started following me, clicked on them, hey, drawings, follow back. And then after a while, it's like lots of craft beer, craft beer. I don't know who this person is, unfollow. And then, hey, this person's following me. Who is this? Lots of marker drawings. All right, follow. And then craft beer again. So figured out what's going on there. She does a lot of different things, occasionally posts a lot of craft beer stuff, but she watches this show usually in the bathtub. That's something that I know. Now, last time I sidetracked myself on, hey, make an art and expression yourself, and it's all a big judgment game, and trying not to get hurt from judgment and enjoy what you do, something, something, something. When what I meant to say was, hey, I have no idea, but I know a version of who Daughter of Tyr, pretty sure that's what it was, is. Now, problem is, I get a lot of my information from comic books. And comic books technically can just make up whatever they want because, hey, it's just a made-up story, guy. But a lot of people use real stuff. So maybe this is a comic book character, maybe this is something else. So I grabbed these graphic novels a little while ago. Didn't really think about what they were. It was just like, hey, this is some Avengers story. Yeah, I'll jump into this Avengers story. I'll know more or less what's going on. And an X-Men story. And I believe the other one might also be an X-Men story. 3 very different books, but yet 2 of them seem to be literally 2 parts of the same story. And it's just like, this is weird. So start reading this comic. And I mean, other than it's a war against Asgard, where like the Avengers are getting geared up, and they're like, we gotta go get Asgard before Asgard gets us. And you know, some of the people are like, I don't know, is this something we could really do? And Iron Man, Iron Patriot, is like, it's what we're doing and we have to do it. And I'm like, that's not Iron Man, right? Like, what's happening right here? That looks an awful lot like how I recall Norman Osborn looking, the Green Goblin and his dad from the comics. It looks like he's Iron Man. I mean, it would make sense. He's rich and whatever if he did take over the Marvel Universe in some way, or if bad guys took over. All right, that's fine. This is clearly some sort of multiverse story, or you know, an offshoot. And Wolverine's just like, oh, this is crazy. But it's like, but that's not Wolverine. And only because I just like maybe a week before watched some YouTube videos about like obscure characters and weird obscure stories that a lot of people don't know. And it was just kind of just a list of, you know, mostly just like, hey, this character did this. Here's some crazy stuff that happened that nobody even knows about. So I had just learned that Daken existed, and Daken is Wolverine's son, who has like 2 claws at the top and 1 at the bottom for maximum hurting, and he's a little bit of a nut. He's definitely riding the line between good and evil, where I'm like, yeah. You know, Wolverine ultimately is still kind of a good guy, but I'm like, no. I'm good at killing, and I like being good at killing. You want me to do some killing? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So while all this stuff is going on, he's kind of the focal point, and the Fates, like the 3 Fates, whatever, the witches, they're mixing a whole lot of stuff. They keep coming to him like, hey, Daken, however you want to pronounce your name. This is pretty crazy. What? Like, why don't you just start killing everybody on either side? What do you care? And he's like, yeah, you're right. I'm already doing that. Don't tell me how to live my life. And the more they want him to be chaotic, the more he's like, don't tell me to be chaotic. I'm going to not be chaotic. And they're like, oh, that's also chaotic. So blah, 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 blah. Bunch of weird stuff is going. All kinds of different characters show up. Hawkeye keeps being like, are we really doing this? This is crazy, guys. And Daken's like, whoa, is Hawkeye a big baby now? And Hawkeye's like, no, I'm cool. I'm tough. Like, all right, cool. Tough. Excellent. And time passes. there's a bunch of fighting. Like, you're not gonna win. None of you are super powered enough to deal with this, except maybe Wolverine and his powers here, or at least his healing ability. So he's like just cutting through giants and everything. He's just like, I'm loving it. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And they're saying names of other heroes and, you know, characters that I do know, but that clearly isn't that character, and I don't know what's happening. And then eventually Hawkeye gets like hit in the head or shot in the head, so his mask is half torn off, and he's got like a target like branded into his head, like the bullseye of the Daredevil movie. And I'm like, okay, I'm lost. What just happened? And I don't know, I flip back to the beginning and flip through like, oh, this is the Dark Avengers. Now I kind of understand what's going on. None of these characters are who I think they are. None of them at all. So Hawkeye was Bullseye. Why they would just take on a different character's things. Avocado Shake says he's not dirty enough. Blah, 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 blah. The end of the book kind of ends in a way where I'm like, oh, I technically have to find more books to figure out what happened, but all right, cool. That was interesting and weird. Though, and again, that was, you know, it's not why I brought any of that up. But at the end of the book, there's just pages and pages and pages of who each of these characters are, how they're in the different costume. Like, what I needed at the beginning of the book, I'm like, well, this is useless to me now, but still interesting. Flip, flip, flip. And it's like, this is Wolverine. His name is Logan. He's like super old. He used to be in the X-Men. He's still in the X-Men. Sometimes he leaves the X-Men. Classic Wolverine nonsense. Like, all right, cool. Flip, flip, flip. This is Dakin. He's Wolverine. Actually, it just says, like, this is Wolverine. He's wearing the Wolverine outfit. Like, so a lot of times they were just wearing the same outfits, different name/bio. Because Hawkeye was still there. He's still running around with the Light Avengers. It was bananas. So, get to one character that is... I should have just brought it in me so I could read it. But yeah, one guy was the god of war, and that's Ares, right? So there was Ares, the god of war, and then like 4 pages over, there was Tyr, the god of war. If Drake is watching this, he is rolling around in his grave right now. And I'm like, never heard, I don't know any of this. So there was like the Asgardian guys, which are Norse gods, and whatever the Ares is from. Greek? Is that Greek? I don't know nothing about nothing. But anyway, so this other guy was Tyr, the god of war. And I'm like, oh, that's probably where her name is from. Because, I mean, you know, comic books only make so much stuff up. And especially when they start mentioning gods of things that already exist. So then I'm like, hey, I think I solved a mystery. That word I can't ever seem to say or remember. I think it's from this. Whether it's from a comic book thing, possible. She seems like a bit of a comic or at least video game nerd. And then in the other book, it was about like, hey, after you know, everything's fallen apart. Actually, well, the beginning of the Avengers one, I think it was, or man, I feel like it was still another X-Men book. They were like, oh, geez. So anyway, that was pretty crazy, huh? How everybody tried to kill all the Asgardians. Like, oh wait, so this book is remembering this other book that I have, But both of them are just vague enough that I still don't know what's going on. Haven't been keeping up with my comic booking very hard. But yeah, in this other X-Men book, what was it called? Don't know. Do you need to know? Not really. Does it matter? Nobody cares. In the other book, this PR lady, she was like, they were trying to bring the X-Men back. They have them all just on an island. And they're like, all right, we're like all the mutants that are left. There's like a handful out there that are still just out there being evil. We'll kill them or turn them to our side eventually. But right now, we're just laying low on this island. And when there's trouble, don't call DW. Call these X-Men, and we'll come in and we'll try to make ourselves look better again because, you know, the world's just afraid of mutants. So in a world full of people with magical abilities and powers given to them by their own genetic systems and evolution, instead of using magical powers and systems to make people understand that you are there to help and not destroy their world, you enter the Twilight Zone and hire a PR person. So she's like, all right, here I am. And they're like, well, there's no time for this. Like, we just got to get to work. All right. So what am I going to do first? Like, we got to deal with, yeah, you know who. And they're like, okay. And like, he's here on the island? Like, yeah, of course he's here on the island. We got to keep him under wraps. He can't go anywhere else. Everybody hates him. But, you know, he's the most powerful. So everybody kind of still needs him and loves him, so we got to make people love him again so he can save the world, because we got to save all the world. And of course they're talking about Magneto, and they're like, all right, like, it's not like the old days, all right? If you expect to turn this page and see a Michael Fassbender, that's who Magneto is, right? No, you're gonna get a Ian McKellen, Old Man Wolverine hybrid, but he's still going to be in full Magneto garb in the most decadent version of its drawings. And he's even going to just be like, I'm just going to be playing with metal for no reason, just being magical and the most powerful. So PR lady comes in and she's like, all right, Magneto, like terrified of what she should call him because he is still terrifying. Like, you know what we have to do? We got to make people like you. Maybe we'll change your outfit. Maybe we'll do this. And he was like, no, we will do no things. What people need to understand is I am just the most powerful thing in the world. If they could just accept that, then I could just be good to them. The only reason I have to be evil is because people are stupid and they deserve magnetic torture or revenge, whatever you want to call it. Not what he said, but close enough, paraphrasing. And she's like, yeah. It's like, it's that part right there. Like, you're awesome. Like, you're so awesome. And you're really like, remember this? Remember that? I did all these amazing things. So yeah, she's like, but there was still that thing where you tried to kill everybody. He's like, yeah, but everyone was trying to kill us, so they deserved it. Like, if anything, thank you cards. Thanks, Magneto, for not killing us every day, because you could, and we deserve it. And she's like, okay, it's stuff like that. You got to not do that. He's like, yeah, but can't people just accept I'm the best? And they're like, how about let's just show people you're the best. How about that? And maybe you don't say things. Don't make proclamation-y speeches and whatnot. And he's like, all right, maybe. So, spoiler alert, they don't show this or anything, but whenever her phone goes off or wherever they do things, Picard to Bridge, we've got like an earthquake going on. We'll send in some X-Men to help out again. Like, this is a great PR opportunity. And she's like, well, this is happening. Like, if, you know, if you can be good, go be good. And Magneto was like, oh, like earthquake? Like, yeah, I'll go deal with it then. She's like, what? Like, you can stop earthquakes? Like, I figure as much. I don't know, I never really tried it before, but, you know, there's metals in the earth. I'll just kind of grab onto them with my mind and at least make it a little smoother. No big deal. And then off he flies with his little helmet. And they don't show that part. They just kind of show like, hey, Magneto did a good job. But it was adorable. But why did I bring that part up? Like I said a minute ago, sometimes I learn things from comic books, and then I don't go look them up. Or, years later, I'll be watching a British QI-type quiz show, and they'll be like, hey, did you ever think this fact? It's not a fact, and you're stupid. Like, thanks. Only way I'm going to learn. Is if Sandy Toksvig or Stephen Fry tells me so. While British comedians go, what? Good stuff. So in this comic book, again, not teaching anybody anything right here. Not teaching anybody anything. Teach me more. I'm writing all of this down, and then I'm going to fight the disenfranchised youths, and I'm going to teach them, and then I'm going to make them take a test on it. So, if this isn't true, you are literally the first chain. You're monkey number one here in the poisoning of the educational system. You're welcome and thank you. Good night. You're the worst. So, in the comic book, it said, I believe it was the PR lady, or maybe it was Magneto himself. It was just like, I think Magneto was like, you and your PR. He's like, it's all just propaganda. That's it. That's all we're doing here. They propaganda against me. I propaganda against them. I made some great posters. They made some great posters. It's fun to come up with, logos for your war. And, I didn't bring my markers in here. I didn't bring my coloring markers in here. They're on the coffee table. All right, we got to figure this out. So anyway, she says, or he says, PR or propaganda was propaganda, and people were like, yeah, we're not into this propaganda anymore. So the propaganda people were like, all right, cool, awesome, great idea. Propaganda's bad. Hey, could I offer you some public relations help? Seems like you're trying to do something weird or evil or confusing, and you would like to relate to the public in a more friendly way. Let me help you with that. Like, thanks! Who are you? And where did all those propaganda people go? Like, I don't know, I guess they left town. How come your mustache is so loose? What? Because it's a great mustache. Oh! And that's PR. So, real quick. Hey, sweet angel. Look at me. Thanks. We're going to go to the BRB screen that we made. And then I'm going to grab my markers and we'll be back in 2 seconds. Called an intermission button. That makes it more confusing. But the intermission doesn't have any music anymore. Got my markers and I brought them out, but you are like singing your pop song. I'm almost positive that I am not in sync with the music that plays. But I got my markers, and that's all I need. We never really do orange dinosaurs, do we? Do I have enough oranges? I think I do. Let's get orange. And I worked on this on the weekend as well. So I did this. And then I put it on Instagram / the internet as per usual. And ooh, I don't know if I can do bronze. I'm not good at making colors. That's why I buy markers. So yeah, I did that Joker. And it's on, you know, it just goes to the Facebook story. And I don't know, I like, this is partially a, hey, this is cool, and partially, Facebook is the bane of, I'm going to say everyone's existence, but mine. Because if you do post a Facebook story, which I don't, I just post Instagram stories, and it's like, hey, Facebook owns this, why not put it there too? Like, yeah, go nuts. And I think this is the same. Nope. That's gonna get confusing. Alright, so was that you? Yes. So when somebody replies to a Facebook story, it's all like, hey, somebody replied to your Facebook's, or there's a reply, and it kind of just comes up the same way as a message does, like, hey, cool, can I have one of those? You want an imaginary penguin? I don't. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? So inevitably, my response half the time ends up being, "Facebook is stupid. What are we talking about?" And then they can reply to that message, and Facebook is still stupid. Whereas with Instagram, it's like, "Hey, somebody reacted to your story. Here's the reaction to this story. Like, thanks." All puzzle pieces connecting with corners intact. Thanks, Instagram. You know what's up. So it took me a second, mostly because there was only like 1 or 2 stories up, so I knew what it was. But that Joker's up, and Sarah, who may be watching, hi Sarah, writes, I don't know who Sarah is, but yeah, she writes, like, do a sexy one, and I was just like, I don't even know what this means, until I realized, like, oh, like a sexy Joker. And the weird thing is, you know, my reaction is, like, that's a crazy idea, like, yeah, I'll probably do that eventually, but I don't know. Also seems a little bit weird. But like, why? Why does that seem weird? To me, of all people, like, I've been putting weird heads on things, you know, for like a year now. Or more. Yeah, for a while now. These books aren't new. For several years. And the fact that for even a minute I'm just like how would I even do that? I guess I would just do, like, just last week, 2 weeks ago, I did Jason Voorhees with his coveralls open and big muscles and a Jason mask. It's the exact same thing. It's just the Joker head But I don't know. I don't know. Our brains are stupid. Is it our head gets old, but our brain gets dumb? So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? It's a cold place and they say it's getting colder. Well, the meteor man begs to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture. The ice we skate, it's getting mighty thin. I think I've looped myself back to where I already had begun. But Patrick, hey now, you're an all-star. Get the show on. Get paid. All that glitters, well, it's gold. But Patrick, only shooting stars break the mold. Why do we have to keep going over this, Pat? Why? Every week. You're out there chasing waterfalls and I'm like, don't. Do you got some rivers? Do you got some lakes? Are you used to them? Well, you're going to get your own way or nothing at all, so it's too late for you now anyway. Let me tell you, don't go chasing waterfalls. Oh, man. If only I knew of any other songs in the world. And of course, if you're drawing along at home, we're going to lay in a bunch of base color. I'm going to put some darker stuff in there. Then I'm going to take some water, muddy it all up real nice. Because that's what painting, or at least watercolor paintings, feel like they should do and be to me. You know what's sad? I'm going to talk about something sad for 2 seconds. Just like that sad Joker clown. If you're watching Greg Davies and Alex Horn on Taskmaster, which I love that show. I can't believe how much I love that show. They just Taskmastered themselves, made a Taskmaster YouTube channel, so the first season is on there now. And I basically watched most of it while getting ready for the stream today, excuse me. Why? Mostly because last night before, sometime very recently, the black marker is bleeding way more than it normally does. Thinking, did not get as good a micron as I thought. And yeah, so the last episode of the last season of season 9, season 10, season 9 just played. And when an episode of Taskmaster ends, I'm always like, oh, I really want to just watch some more of that already. And then because I'm watching it on the internet, the internet's usually like, whether you want it or not, take some more. And I'm like, I just watched this one like 4 hours ago. And the internet's like, what? What? Did you say you're going to act like you care whether or not you watched something 4 hours ago? Mister, these same 3 episodes of The Simpsons were on in one day and you watched them like, yeah, you're right, internet. Let it go. As in, let it play. Hakunas and Matatas. No worries for the rest of your days. But whenever a season ends, even when I'm watching an old one, it's like fun, and it ends just so like every other episode. So it is just like, this is the thing, we're getting towards the end, blah, 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 blah. Here comes the last task. It's the last task, and that's the winner. It's over. Like, wait, what? No, it ended too quick. There should be some extravagant speeches, something extra and decadent to go with. Yeah, I think these are basically the same marker, just slightly different. But it just ends. And yeah, when the last episode ended, it's just like, I mean, it only lasts for a few minutes, but that first second when it ends is like, oh my god, there's never going to be another show like this again. Even harder about this season was, and like I said, first season is there and free. The last season, season 9, I mean, every new season is the best except season 8. It's incredibly forgettable. But when season 8 came out, as far as I knew, I was like, oh my god, Space Goody, Pat, shut up and drop everything what you're doing. Just shut up and drop it. There's a new season. And then Space Goody writes back like, oh wow, this is crazy. Joe Brand, season 9. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm watching the new season and I don't know any of these people. Like one person I barely recognize from being on some show. And it's like still it's Taskmaster, so it's still fantastic, but it's not what you're describing. And then when I go to look again, I'm like, oh my god! I was like, guys, there's not just one new season. There's a whole season that's already completed, and then a new season on top of that. And the first episode of that season 9 was amazing. David Baddiel, wow! Everything he does is just mind blowing in a way that is like, why is he doing this? He is crazy, and just not cluing into what's going on here. Magical. And then Joe Brand, just being Joe Brand, about everything. Just literally like, how do I do this task without doing anything? And one of my new favorite people, I'll have to go check out his stand-up or see what else he does in the British comedy lexicon, because I don't know him from anywhere. But Ed Gamble, oh my god. Like just his giddiness of how much he enjoyed some of these tasks and his rage at getting upset at some of these tasks and like just his emotional level, I'm enjoying. It's hilarious. But then also his hilariousness was hilarious and crazy. And I would not be surprised. I kind of think, I don't know, Space Goonie, Pat, you can weigh in on this right now. Did you get the feeling that Ed Gamble and Greg Davies were maybe having an affair? Maybe they were dating a little bit. When he mentions that hot tub, I'm just like, what are you guys doing in that hot tub? I feel like you guys hang out in the hot tub a lot, and that's a sexy thing that you're doing in there. But I don't know. I'm not here to cast stones. And yeah, Rose Matafeo, like, not only was she funny and amazing, but oh my god. I mean, oh my god. New Zealand accents are super fun. Like, I'm sorry if you have a New Zealand accent. This is like racial profiling, regional profiling, but you're the best. You're already the best and you win. Just them calling her and how she says she'd. I was just like, no, she's right. That's how you should say she'd. What's wrong with how I'm saying she'd? And I'm just like, love this whole bit. Love this whole bit. And I want to say Casey Whittles. No, I can't remember the other girl's name, but also like, you know, there's usually somebody where I'm like, I can take or leave them. But oh my god, her song was the best. Yeah, so many of her things were amazing. For anybody who doesn't know, the show Taskmaster is a place. It's a show. It's basically a game show where they give a bunch of these British comedians tasks to do, and there's usually a limited set of rules, and they can kind of go off into all different directions and figure out how they're going to pull off this task. Some of them are as simple as like kind of make an art project out of this craziness. And one's just like, oh, serenade yourself with a song. Write words to go with the Taskmaster theme music. I don't know. Lots of fun stuff. When I was just watching there before this was a different season, but it was the episode where they're trying to do a mini putt with eggs, and they're trying to figure out how do I get this egg into the hole without smashing the egg. And somebody boiled the egg. The James Acaster season is the other #1 season, and I'm not sure if that's the one that also has Noel Fielding, but the Noel Fielding one, I think, no, that's a different one, and that has whatever her first name is, Get Right. Her enthusiasm for the whole game also just made everything, just made life worth living. But yeah, in that case, like one person grabbed a tennis ball, cut it open, put the egg in there, and then it was safe all the way through. Somebody else boiled it. Everybody else just tried to be as ginger with the thing as possible. But yeah, so in this case it was, hey, I barely even started this other season, and I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to worry at all. Like, when I finish this, there's more episodes. Not only are there more episodes, I already know that they're better than the episodes that I'm watching right now. This is magical. So when this season was coming to an end, it was extra reverse magical, just magical vacuum of space, because, I remember so clearly the feeling of having this to look forward to, and now this thing that I was looking forward to is ending, and, oh man, heartbreaking, gut-wrenching. I was calling helplines. Oh man. Just looking in the mirror, just going, so you had a bad day, your show's over in a regular way. Everyone has worse problems. Just make your own show and go away. These rhymes are weak, your voice is not good. Who even cares? Should we should? It fell apart. It fell the F apart. We do this. Oh. Yeah. I'll use this here, I think. Oh yeah, hey Commissioner. Yep, tell Chief O'Hara I said hi as well. No, he doesn't. He doesn't work here. Because that would be crazy. This is not a place where, vigilantes hang out. It's just, it's my office in my apartment. No, not that kind of office. Yeah. Yeah, no, I can hear him. Yeah, no, I have nothing to say. I don't know, tell him it sounds like he has a very nice hat. Tell him it's a nice policeman's hat. This is weird. This is weird. It's not for me. I was just waiting for some phone calls. Perhaps it's a phone call for me. Oh, cool. Yeah, no, this has gone wildly off the rails. Yeah, he is here, actually. Yeah, you want it? Oh, okay. 1 second. Chief O'Hara says hi. That's okay. Anyway, some other things that I would like to talk about. No. Yeah, no, he didn't say hi back. You probably don't want to tell him that. Yeah, no, I can hear him crying. It's rough. Yeah, you made him cry? There's no time for crying in justice or in baseball. Also, look at the production value. These eyes are never going to see another thing like they've seen, like you. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Hey, Commissioner, if you guys could figure out some other way to do this, because is like it genuinely hurts. It like genuinely hurts. I'm definitely pushing it more because there's a microphone, But I definitely, you know, I shouldn't. Hey, could I ask some questions to that guy over there? The stranger in the darkness? I have so many questions. Like, just so many questions. No. Nobody has, everybody. You haven't even said anything this whole time. And nobody even cares. If I could just say one thing about things that you deserve. About the things that you need. No, we don't need to. Yeah, no, he's saying that again. Yeah, this is really complicated. There's too many things and people, and my paint's finally starting to dry, so I don't need to waste time anymore. Also, I have a full-time job. Like, I've had 3 mortgages. I've had 3 mortgages, Commissioner, of homes, of my own homes, like a real adult. Yeah, there's no such thing as grown-ups, but I'm still a responsible adult. You may not be the adult that we deserve, but where is she? I don't know what he's talking about now. So, like I said, if you could call him, just for fun, try calling Bruce Wayne's house. I'm pretty sure Alfred's he's just a smart butler. He's just a smart butler. I know you can't figure things out, but just call him instead. All right. Okay. What? Yeah. I love you too, Chief O'Hara. This is weird. Cool. Good day, eh? I just want to talk about the justice and Harry debt is something I believe in. I'm Batman. Today's Hurting My Voice is brought to you by Powerade. Powerade. Because when you have a sore throat, it's a good idea to like gargle some salt water. And Powerades and Gatorades are basically delicious salt water. So yeah, so that's a weird skit that we'll probably do every once in a while. But I don't know why. I don't know. Shower Batman voice is the best. When you're just like in the shower and you're thinking of dumb ideas of things to do. It goes easier. Also, the heat, I'm really phlegmy right now. The heat from the shower, I think, and just the general moisture makes it so much easier to do Batman voice. For the few videos that I did back in the days when we had Egg Roll Digital, I made a few little commercials with Batman voice, pretending that Craig had Batman voice, and I love them. I think they turned out great. I think we put one on the internet at some point. I did other versions with my regular voice and then a kind of radio voice style. But the Batman voice, I think, was just the best one. But that one, I think I was pushing the graveliness a bit more than the lispiness, which is what usually makes it more fun, I think. Also, even though there was nobody on the phone, it's really hard to keep track of things people need to say when you haven't actually written scripts. When that idea went as far as, hey, I think I should do this. You get out of the shower, you do 19 other important things about your day, you weatherproof some things, and you're like, all right, it's time to make a Tom Selleck shirt for your imaginary cat and throw together a Batman. And although the actual, construction time from beginning to end was very little time. Like, that whole Batman's probably thrown together in, like, less than a few hours. Let's say, like, 3 hours max. But this is a dumb idea. I can't do it that way. Oh, what about this? Before I even sat down. That was, like, 3 days of deciding, no, this is... How am I gonna... Well, I gotta hide his mouth, so... And I pictured a whole extra pilot scenario. And in the end, I'm like, well, I really do want it to be the Adam West Batman. So I took an Adam West Batman and I traced him exactly and put him in shadow. and then through a window behind them. It's fun stuff. It's fun stuff. Why are you acting like I'm not even really here? I am in the shadows. More than Bane has ever been in the shadows. But I'm there, and I'm real good at sneaking around. Sorry, buddy. That's as far as you can go. That's as far as you can go. What about me? Is my voice any easier to do? Perhaps the wild pressing in and out of your diaphragm to get these exaltations. Is that more or less rooted in irritation with doing characters? You weirdo. Yeah, no. I forget where you are. You're on this side. Oh, production value. But the only way to make art is to suffer for it. If you're not suffering, then it's not art. Even in cases where you're like, oh, I'm selling out. That's art. Is the selling out part? Who knows? Or the art part? Maybe not, but the suffering that you incur, and then the subsequent art you make from that, that's where all that comes from. If it didn't hurt, that's why it wasn't cool. That's why if you come down to the market and Nelly isn't there, I'm the one that's going like, hey, check out all these things. Look at all this glass. Eh? People were wounded in the making of these. When I say people, it was Nelly. That's how you know it's good, because there's literally blood in here. Sweat, probably. Tears, oh my god, there better be. There better be. If I own art that does not have tears in it, then why? Then why do I own art at all? The day somebody came in, held aloft their magic wallet sword, and said, that cat, I want that cat. And I was like, what? I still have this cat? I thought for sure this was going to be the first thing to ever sell. That's why I put it in this little frame. Anyway, yeah, of course. Cat away. How much is it? The price that's on the thing. Excellent. You just purchased my cat art. And then something. And I'm not sure if I said it to the person or just to Nelly about the makeup of certain things, but I was like, yeah. I did that cat. It was like a little luck cat. At the sushi place while I was eating sushi, so I'm like, there is 900% chance that any dark spot in that, if there is a dark spot in this, which there probably is, it's soy sauce based. It is not paint. Because I can see what's happening. They don't have a clue. They'll buy this art. They'll buy this art and take it home. And the secret's just for you. What? Can you smell soy sauce tonight? It is not too hard. Just care for days of clean paper are gone, 'cause there's soy sauce and mayonnaise. Not at the same time. It's two different drying out in the world things. But yeah, sometimes there's mayonnaise. I've definitely sold art with mustard on it. In some cases, oh, now I definitely have to finish this because I want to sell this art that has mustard on it. And yeah, I count that as some of my suffrage. Alright, today's background will go with some red splooshes. Red splooshes, do. Start by making little hash marks. That's where you get your red splooshes. And I'll even put some on his knuckles. 'Cause he's fighting Fight Club style. We call this guy Johnny Red Sploosh. Oh, and if you're looking for art commissions for Christmas gifts, but you'll be surprised by my next sentence, don't ask me. I've got a full-time job and a Batman to take care of. But Nelly, if you want to follow whatever links she would like to post right now, or come down to the Trail Market, she's doing some pet portraits, and of course, whatever. I'm sure you can convince her to do all kinds of stuff. But unlike me, she can do cool, like, actual photorealistic things. Not to be the worst, but also, if you want pet portraits done for Christmas, you can also check out Melstrife on Instagram and follow her. Or I think she's still Mel the Art Guy on Facebook. She also does photorealistic stuff that I can't do and is impressive. So those are two people. Ah, yes, at Nelly Made Studios on Instagram. For those that are just watching and not reading along, it's on the screen. You can't not watch this. So if you got pets, that's where to go for that thing. So that leads me to another story that I forgot about. It's not really a story, only because I'm me and I'm the center of my own weird, stupid universe of Marvel characters. So I walked away from the table because in our team table tactics at the farmer's market, now I have a chance sometimes to be like, I'm just going to wander around and no one's going to steal anything. And if they want to buy something, you will sell it to them. And that's great. The you in that case being Nelly. Not you, Pat. Not you. Sorry. Can't trust you at the table. Can't trust you at the table. Space Goonie, she's got experience. So yeah, if she comes into town, she can run the table and I'll walk away. But I wouldn't do that to her. That's scary. She doesn't know Tro. You and your little top hat thievery. So this one day, I think I just went over to bother London. She probably does commissions too. Let's probably get water on this. So I was bothering London for a minute, and then it seemed like something was going on back at the old ranch. So I meanwhiled over to the ranch. And Nelly was like, these people are looking for a dog picture. And I was like, well, guess what, jerks? She's the one who does your dog pictures. Don't look at me, man. I just do weird stuff. And they're like, yeah. Weird stuff. And I'm like, wait, what's happening? They're like, yeah, we want like our dog, but we want it to be weird, like your weird stuff. Like, oh, cool, yeah. Then I'm the one you talk to. You don't want her. She'll make it all look normal, like a dog. Like a photorealistic dog that you could hug and love. You don't want that. I'm going to give you an abomination. Let's do this. But before I got there, here's what happened behind the scenes that I didn't know about till minutes later. They were like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we think we know this guy. Like, I think he lives in our building. We want to get our dog done. Something, something dog. And Nelly is like, in her head, like, he might already do a show about your dog. he might be fully aware of your dog. I'm not sure. I don't know who you are. And so there's a chance. And I'm like, yeah. That's my life. I tell stories on the internet about the things that happen. And usually those people are like, hey, I watch your thing, you know. And I'm like, yeah. Still, it's mostly about my anxieties and not you, because it wasn't the person who I tell the dog stories about. It's another dog that's like way down in the basement in the bowels of the building. But like I said, every apartment in this building has animals. That's just a fact. I'm pretty sure I was told no pets, you know that, right? And I'm like, yep, I'm taking over my friend's apartment who have 2 to 3 cats. But yeah, there's definitely no pets in this place. Except when I bring Burke here. So I see them just like, no, like that's not that dog. But I am Facebook friends with I just said like the dog girl. That sounds mean. But the lady with the dogs across the hallway that in my version of the world have, you know, the dogs that scream at me until I want to curl up in a ball. But like I said, like she does everything she can to keep them from the door and keep them from ruining my life. But, you know, there's only, like I said, there's only so much. Like, I've had a dog, even when I lived out in the woods with Burke, and the neighbors were literally just, like, revving their engine for 3 hours straight. Like, yeah. Check every version of the idling for all day long. Keep doing that. And when Burke would flip out and bark at them, I'd be like, no, like, don't, like, instant pools of sweat. There's nothing more nerve-wracking than a thing you can't really control, or whatever, that, you know, you can't reason with, I guess is the thing. Flipping out and going bananas. And I don't know, like, yeah, so when Burke is here, that's my biggest fear, is him just barking. Like, there's nothing that makes me more nervous or whatever. So I can only imagine, you know. That's awful. But anyway, sometimes she watches this as well. So, like I said before, it was like, I feel super bad when I'm like, you know, she is like, how are the dogs? And I'm like, ugh. They make me want to crawl under all of the pillows in the world. But at the same time, it's like, but honestly, like, they make me want to crawl under all the pillows in the world. But, you know, the dog upstairs, he gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning now. And don't want to give the finger on camera, but up here, all kinds of fingers. Pointed up there. Again, that guy seems like kind of a punk. But who owns that dog? But yeah, that dog is just getting bigger and stronger and faster. So it sounds so much like Burke is upstairs now that it's a little bit mind-bending. But exactly, it's apartment life. You know, you take the good, you take the bad, and there you have apartment life. Apartment life. The world never seems to be living up to your dreams, but I don't know the rest of those words. Mrs. Garrett knows it's all about you. It's all about you. And it's all about all of us. So, yeah, sometimes I get the urge to, and maybe I do, scream, dogs! Dogs! When this one's going and those ones are going, and then the one in the yard next door is going, like, yeah, this is life. This is life. This is why I moved out to the woods, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter out in the woods. That's where the people with the engines are going crazy, and their animals and dogs. So there's only so much you can do. So what do? I put on my headphones. This is not the right brush. It's not a brush pen at all. Somewhere in here. There it is. You know what? No. Stay safe. Living the facts of life. So yeah, no matter where you go, you always take the weather with you. No matter where you go, you always take the weather. And weather, in my opinion, is just how you react, how you feel about the environment around you. And maybe that song is straight up about the weather, like, Cousin Judy, every time you show up, you're always like, the weather where I was terrible, and now it's terrible here. Because you always take the weather with you, Aunt Judy. But it might just be the old, you might find what you're looking for thing. No. Mixing up songs in my head. Can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you get what you need. So yeah. like I said a million times before, when the craziest of crazy people were in this building coming to borrow some baking soda to make cookies, to make their wife, girlfriend happy, and I'm like, no. The only baking soda I have is like my stink baking soda that's been absorbing all of the fridge stinks. So no, I don't have any baking soda. I'm like, no, that'll do. Yeah, no, I wasn't offering it to you. That was just me being clever and silly. And like, imagine if I gave you the smell baking soda and then you made cookies that just smelled like old celery. And he was like, no, yeah, I'll take it. No, it's doing its job and it's old. Like it should be replaced already. It's not fit for human consumption. And he just like, yeah? I'm like, all right, cool. Well, here you go. And then I presume he made cookies. And I was very happy that he didn't bring cookies to the apartment for me to look at and go, there's no way I can touch those with the 10-foot clown pole. But the stories, so many hoarder stories, like the first, few months of this adventure in streaming was all, the magic all came from these magical little elves that float around in my world. And like I said, no matter where I go, I always take the weather with me. The apartment I was in before this, it only had like 4 apartments in it. There's not even any room for crazies. It's just, it seemed like it's, but no. The weirdos upstairs moved out, and some weirder weirdos moved out, and what sounded like a dog the size of this dog up there turned out to just be a giant cat, and my super was like, oh yeah, I saw it. It's a giant cat. Like, it's a giant cat? I don't even know what I thought it was, but I did not think it was a cat. Like, this is crazy. And then, they were doing that, and then the pigeons started moving into the ceiling, and then water started coming into the door jamb, but it wasn't raining, and there's no pipes, so there's no explanation for that. So I gotta get out of there. And I've already moved like 4 times in the past 4 years. I don't know, I'm tired. I'm tired of moving, and I really like the layout of this apartment, so I don't know. Everybody follow the Instagram, buy all the things, society6.com, so there's no such thing as grown-ups. Down in the bottom of the corner there's an ad for the books. I got new book postcards to give out for the Sexy Book of Sexy Dinosaurs, which apparently is the perfect gift for so many people. Just get it for them. I'm not pulling it out of my own butt. I'm pulling it out of other people's faces, and they're saying it to my face. This is a perfect gift. I need to get it for somebody. As you wish. As you wish, Buttercup. As you wish. So anyway, I'll probably take this to the market. Throw it in the pile. I don't know. But yeah, I've been making sure to scan everything again lately. Normally I wait till I have enough stuff. But because I keep going to the market and selling it, I'm like, I did it again. So now I'm making sure to sell it. I've got a few different folders of a few different books that I'm like, I gotta make another book. So this way, we're gonna get back into making another Sexy Dinosaur book. And, of course, other things. Because, infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities. What other buttons do I got over here? There's some buttons. There's some buttons. There's the buttons. Ripley? Meow. 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 Okay. If we got time. That sounds good. So everybody, you heard Ripley. I agree. If you guys agree, then might as well, right? Might as well. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, of course you agree with yourself. That's ridiculous. I don't agree with anything, both times. So I'm just going to say nay. Nay on that one. Yeah, that's your thing that you do. Button. Bang. Make sure that's off. And just keep folding the same piece of paper until we get to something clean. If you are new and you do not understand what is happening right now, hey, he was just telling weird stories and drawing dinosaur heads on some naked guy pulling his underwear down. Now what's happening? We're going to count down to what? The top sexiest dinosaurs? No! Like I said, I only watch the same 6 British TV shows over and over again, and 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 again. One of them is 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, an offshoot of 2 shows, one comedy show, one numbers and letters show, into a abomination of fun. So I'm going to put this over here to dry for a bit. There we go. I need to put something else down, though. Okay, the other end of this headphone is like literally in my pants. Okay, so I'll reach over here and let's grab the Book 7 hardcover Walking Dead by Robert Kirkman? Is that his name? Yeah. Alright, let's get these markers out of the way. Find a Sharpie. That's a Sharpie, but not the right way. And here we go. So what countdown is I give you 7. And I thought of it, but I didn't work on that. That was the other thing I wanted to work on. Not 7. I give you 9 random vowels and consonants. And then I will throw 30 seconds on the clock. And you'll have 30 seconds to come up with a word. And then you present in the chat you're the longest word you can come up with. And the winner feels great about themselves till next Tuesday. F is the first letter. F. So it probably helps to immediately start writing the letters down and trying to make words as you go. Oh, sorry. F, M, D, T. O is our first vowel. Not a 6. I is our next vowel. And then we got an N. N. But I'm going to turn this book this way. There we go. That solves all my problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Definitely need another vowel, right? Come on. U. That's a barely helpful vowel. And G is our last one. So, I'm going to say good luck with that. See if I can't get back to this. There we go. And I'm going to start the clock. 30 seconds. Make the longest word. One word. Can you make any words out of that? Like, I got nothing. I've just been trying to put ing at the end of all the other letters. 6! Pat's got a 6. Chipmunks are always the lowest with a 4. Avocado Shakes with a 5. Space Goonie with a 6. In the TV show, people normally declare their numbers and then they say the word. All these people clearly watch the show. Also, it's weird that the guy who will, eventually be the next dead guy at the end of the hallway, I could hear all of the people from my countdown shows blaring like through my bathroom and down the hallway. So he's definitely not watching the same shows, but those guys clearly watch a lot of British stuff with the same comedians that I watch. Nelly coming in with a 6 as well. Like the only 6 that I can think of, I think requires 2 T's, but I'm probably wrong. And of course, Gunt is there for 4. But yeah, go ahead and start show me your words. Show me your words. Modding. But is it a real word? Dotting was the one I was thinking of, but I wasn't sure if it needed 2 T's. Fund, that's a real word. Mudding. Okay, mudding definitely needs 2 D's for sure, but dotting, I think dotting can be 1 T, right? But I don't know. Either way, everybody who had the ability to come up with any words. Mount, ooh, that's a good word. Alright, Space Goonie is definitely against Pat on this one. But I think we're letting dotting go. Oh, Space Goonie saying it's 2 T's as well. I'm guessing that she's doing some Googling. Sitting there. Harvey Denting. Her name isn't Harvey Dent. What is Rachel Riley? Cheryl Dent? Nope. Claudia Winkleman? No. And with Lori Dent. It's Dent though for sure, yeah. Mary Dent. Susie. That's such a... I always use the name Susan and Karen as my fake names. Why would I ever think that's somebody's real name? Susie Dent. Space Goonie is over there. Susie Denting. As she should. Anyway, let's move this comic book aside. Where is Susie Dent? I need to find out the correct spelling of some things. Too much Batman already. Too dry. Doing. And that was the other one that I came up with, was thinking of first. Or doing. Both words work well. And I'm having a countdown flashback of when somebody did have the word doing. Jamie or somebody else was like, doing. Anyway, the structural integrity of the collar of this shirt is a great disappointment, and I'm not enjoying it. Time is it? Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time to end. This has been No Such Thing as Grown Ups Live. New podcast will probably come out sometime this week. Maybe I can get it out tomorrow. Just listen to it while I'm at work. And then upload it. Lots of skits and improvisations in this week's episode, so it should be good stuff. And as always, buy the things that I make, and if not, just give me your money. I'm not robbing you. I'm not saying like, or else. Just, if you got nothing better to do, you got a pile of money, give it to me. I don't even mean like in exchange for, hey, I love Poe Rade, and I'd love to support you. Hey, Poe Rade, just send me a big old bucket of money. Or a crate of money. That's ridiculous. Send me some correspondence, and I'll get you my banking information, and you can direct deposit it. Let's be adults about this. There's no such thing as grown-ups, but there's responsible adults who know how to transfer giant sums of money from a giant corporation to me. To me. Mama, I took the cash, and the show became a smash. Hawaiian girl upon my dash. Alright, good night everybody. I've got to go. I gotta play the credits button and say goodbye. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. Giving it a shout. Delayed rhyme, it doesn't matter. I'm tired. Been a long day. Hey, stream away. Marilyn, is that gonna swing today? Oh, snaps, reusing words. Nobody cares, 'cause turds.